Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to today's video. So today I thought I would film a bit about the breeding side, because yes, I did the broodmare and young stock update, but I feel like I have kind of neglected the breeding side of things a little bit. It's been a lot of event vlogs and go, which aren't going to stop because I've still got plenty of events coming up, but I wanted to include more of the breeding side as well. I'm a bit unsure as to how much to include. How much do you guys want to see? With the time of year, we've got vets coming to scan most days, to be honest, through the week. Yesterday we inseminated one, which is very exciting, which I'm not actually going to talk about today. I'm going to do a separate video on the stallions we've chosen and stuff like that, and who's actually going in foal, because someone who you probably won't be expecting is going in foal this year. So if you have any guesses for that, guess down below. But yeah, that'll be a video coming out soon. So Bond is eating a thing of dock leaves in the back. No, decided he didn't want them. Anyway, so I thought I would show you all the new setup, which is, I'm currently stood in, if you can't tell. We have made our own stocks at home because last year we had to get mares and foals on the trailer, and it was a right palaver because obviously they need scanning pretty regularly when you're inseminating and stuff. Sorry, that door creaking is doing my head in. I'm gonna go and stop that quick. The door has been stopped. Yeah, it was a right palaver getting mares and foals to the vets last year. Just quite stressful. Two of our brood mares in particular don't load very well, and obviously they have to go on the trailer with all the partitions out. We also had it last year when we were coming back from the vets, and we had Woo and Ferrero in the box at the time, and I had to slam my brakes really hard. I had no choice, and Woo ended up falling over in the middle of a town centre, and we had to get her back on without trying to let Ferrero off. Yeah, it was basically just a palaver, but that is one of them things that doesn't really happen regularly. It just couldn't be helped at the time. But yeah, so this time we kind of decided we want to get more into the breeding. We're putting 4 mares back in foal this year, which will all be revealed in a separate video. And especially with Kira being one of them, which is a little sneaky bit of detail. Kira is not good to load, and especially with the foal in tow, I just don't think it would have worked very well. But with us wanting to get more into it anyway, we decided, you know what, we're gonna make our own stocks, and we've got some vets that literally live in the next village, who were the ones who dealt with Ferrero and Echo at the time. And we've built a really good relationship with them, and they now come out and do all our scanning work. Obviously my mum, I don't know if I've said this actually, did her AI course at the end of last year. She went to Twemlow's and did the AI course, so she can now inseminate by herself, which means that we don't have to have that extra call out every time, which is always a bit of money saving, which with horses I'm sure everyone agrees is needed. So yeah, we actually inseminated our first mare at home yesterday. Not going to say much more than that, but a little bit of drama. My mum gets quite nervous when it comes to things like that, and had a bit of a meltdown, but we got there in the end. So we'll see whether she has taken or not in a couple of weeks' time. We've got the vet coming to check that she ovulated today, I think. So yeah, all very exciting. We are kind of in the midst of it right now. But anyway, thought I would show you the setup and everything that we've had built and going on, which is very exciting. So yeah, let's get on into that. So first and foremost is the stocks. As some of you may know, this isn't the permanent setup. This is the setup we'd have to deal with, because eventually, hopefully in the next year, we will have a big American barn up there somewhere with a menage, and all the competition horses will be kept at here. This yard that we've got as a temporary one is going to stay as the broodmare breeding yard. It's got cameras in the stable, and we kind of want to keep it all separate when we can. So yeah, this is where we've built the stocks. Now these are the stocks. This is obviously the side that the mare goes in, and then This side is for the foals. We need to board up this side a little bit and probably one on the bottom there, just to stop any stupid accidents, because foals are prone to being stupid. But yeah, we've only actually got one mare this year that will have a foal at foot, which is Kira. But this side has actually proven really useful for like getting them in from the field. If we need to swap over some stables and stuff, they can just stand in there to be tacked up, to be bathed. So this side has actually proven really useful. And then obviously this is the main stock that we actually use for the mares. So we had the floor concreted the other day, literally just a strip of concrete along here, because obviously the floor has to be really nice and level for stud work and stuff. And then we've got the cross ties either side. To be fair, one of us is mostly here holding the front end, and then we've just got one of these actually broke the other day, so I just need to nail that back in there. But we've just got these different slots here that the wood can slot into. So we've got some mares that are obviously smaller and have it down here, some that are a bit bigger and have it up here. So yeah, that is that bit. And then we've got, just on this side, we've got this like, I don't know what you call it, it's a bit like foamy almost, on this side, just to stop them from rubbing, because they tend to stand leaning up against this side more than they do this side, but we do want to get some stuff eventually to put on here as well, just in case really. And then we have got a kickboard on the gate at the back. That was the most important bit. It was all a bit last minute actually. We suddenly decided we were going to start scanning mares and doing things, so we quickly got backboard on that, because obviously that is where you are if you're in the back end, so you're in the firing line, so we definitely want to get that up. And then obviously we will get kickboards on here eventually. But we've found that all the mares really like coming in here. All our mares are pretty good to scan anyway, but Bond is usually out in the field, they can see him. It's just a very laid back like atmosphere for it all. They're not going into a separate room by themselves. So we found so far it's working really well. I stand at the front end with a lick, so it's all dead relaxed. But yeah, it's working really well, to be fair. So that is that side. And then we've just got a few bits around this side. So this, we've obviously got a bin, because there is all sorts, gloves, catheters, stuff from inseminating yesterday, all there. They're the wood blocks that I pop in there to stop the mares from moving forward. And then here we've also got a bucket which needs emptying, because we were scanning yesterday, but basically when they go to scan they have to get all the poo out of the bum, because for most of the scans they go in through their rectum. So that all goes in there, which is lovely. And then last thing we kind of have is this hook. This is more when you inseminate the mares, you put the tails in the bag and tie the tails up to this. Obviously not that short, we unloop it and hold the tails up like that. That is all that. I think that's everything about the stock. And then obviously got a roof on just that side, because obviously if it's raining you don't really want any of the vet stuff and bits like that getting wet. So we've just got a roof on that side. We didn't want to make it look too enclosed for them, and make them feel claustrophobic, so we kind of made the roof as small as we could make it. Jamie came and did that, so thank you, Jamie. Jamie's my boyfriend, if anyone was wondering. So yeah, really handy, and the setup with that sense is working really well at the moment. And then we have now got another shed put in. So this is purely the AI/breeding shed. We have obviously this shed, but this shed, I'll give you a sneak peek, is an absolute dump site. It's got my dad's stuff, it's got our stuff. Yeah, it's just a complete mess. So we wanted a separate space that was kept nice and clean, no rats or anything like that. And then obviously we have the shed as well, which is full of more stuff, because you never have too much stuff when you've got horses. So yeah, we've just got this little shed. It is kind of the perfect size, to be honest. When we first got it I was like, oh, that's quite small, but no, it's turned out perfectly. The only thing we could do with getting is a light for it, because it's a little bit dark in there, but most of the time we have the doors open anyway. But yeah, this is, I'm going to talk you through everything, what's in these boxes and all that jazz. But this is a bit of an overview. Ignore that. Jamie and my dad have been practicing shooting. And then there's this little sneaky peek of the stallions and everything that's going on right now, but all going to be in a separate video. So yeah, this is inside the shed. This is the this is all my camera gear here, but this is the table on wheels that we bring out and put there when the vet comes with their scanner machine, obviously so she can put it on there. But yeah, that comes out when the vets are here, and then the rest I will switch around and show you everything we've got here. Right, so we obviously have multiple boxes. There is so much stuff that you need when it comes to things like this. Obviously we've got stuff for the AI side of it, scanning, inseminating, all that jazz, and then we have got stuff for the actual like foaling, any stuff the foal might need if it comes out and there's something wrong, basically anything we can have that could help prevent something going wrong. There are still a few bits we're waiting on, which I'll try and tell you what it is. I know I've ordered some pH test strips which are really good for the milk. Basically if the milk's a certain pH, I think it's 6.5 off the top of my head, we'll have to double check that, then the foal is going to be imminent basically. So it's a really good way of telling, and it is pretty accurate. So I've ordered some of them. I think they're in the house, but I haven't got a house key. I'm locked out at the moment. So yeah. And then also over here quickly, we have just got a kettle, mainly, try not to drop it, mainly for if anything needs sterilising or anything. Obviously we can use boiling water. But yeah, so everything in here. These are the catheters. This is what you, they're all wrapped, so I'm not going to contaminate anything, but this is basically what you put in the mare. So my mum will put her hand in the mare and find the the uterus. Sorry, I'm not the one that's AI trained, by the way, it's my mum, so don't take my word fully for this. But she finds the uterus, takes that end in, and then this end you put the syringe with the semen in, which is what we did yesterday. So loads of them there. Those are some health papers for the stallion that we've used because the semen came yesterday. Some more random bullets that shouldn't be in here. And then obviously scissors, knives, always new things like that. And then these didn't fit in the box, but these are basically the syringes that we used for the semen. They're just BB syringes, I don't really know. But yeah, they're what you put in the other end of the catheters to put the semen in. And they didn't fit in a box, so they are just on the side there. And then we'll go with this box first. So this box is basically for scanning. We took swabs of 2 of our mares so far, and all this stuff for scanning. Inseminating is all the stuff for cleaning up the back end basically, because everything obviously needs to be as clean as possible. So we've got, I think, 4 rolls here of cotton wool, because we just use cotton wool to clean up all their vulva and bum and everything, with a little bit of baby shampoo. Obviously you want something that's really what's the word, like sensitive, because it is quite sensitive in that area, so baby shampoo is ideal. So we just use a bit of warm water with a drop of baby shampoo, just to clean them up behind. And then there is loads of vet wrap in here, because when we're doing stuff like that we vet wrap the tails. You can also use a tail bandage, but vet wrap I just find a bit easier and tighter to use. And then we've also got a couple of packs of baby wipes, just to give them all a final wipe over after they've been cleaned down and stuff. It's all stuff the vet recommended, so we have got all that in. And then this box has barely got anything in it, so I'll just quickly, this has just got some licks and stuff for the horses. I want to get a couple more in, but this is their favourite one that they like. It's just the horse licks mint one. The mini ones are easier to hold. It's absolutely filthy and I get absolutely covered in it every time we scan, but that is just really good to keep them chilled and happy with the job basically. And there's also a couple of lickets in there, which my horses aren't that keen on, but I've been giving them in boxes and stuff, so just got them in there. I want to get a few more of them horse licks mint things because they're handy to have. But yeah, and then we've got our clean bucket in here. This is just, it was a brand new one. Obviously we've used it since. It's got cotton wool and stuff in there, but that bucket is kept in here and it's only used for cleaning mares' back ends. So it's kept there. And then we've also got about 6 rolls of blue roll here. My dad went to Costco and got a load of them. Don't actually use it that much, to be fair, but it's just another thing that's just handy to have. Blue roll is always handy to have. I often come in here and blow my nose, to be honest, which is probably a bit grim. But anyway, and then this box here has got all sorts in it, and this one's not very organised. So in here we have got another pair of scissors, because you can never have too many. Always seem to lose them. And then we have got 4 packets of Dettol wipes. These aren't used on the horses, these are used on like equipment, wiping down the table, wiping down any surfaces in here and things. Just again, another thing that's handy to have. This is some spare gloves. Never have enough gloves. We've got loads. We've got the full length arm ones, which obviously are for when you go in the mare, and then we also have some small ones which I wear when we're dealing with stuff like that, because obviously I am not putting my hand in because I am not trained in that. And then also there's a lube here. Got lube elsewhere as well somewhere, but that is, yeah, a bit of a mixed match, but that is some more stuff. And then I have one more box to show you. This box is more or actually foaling and that side of things, I think, or just a bit of a mixed match as well. This was the original box, so it kind of has a bit of everything in it, and then we got obviously the rest of the boxes and moved some stuff around and stuff. But yeah, so then we have got a towel. I think there's also some more like cloths and bits and bobs. I do want to get some more towels because towels are always handy. I need some towels for the main horses as well, so I need to grab some more of them. But got some towels in here, and then we've got these tubs, which are spare, just if ever we need to put anything, or they're just handy to have basically. Some more tail bandages. To be fair, we don't really use the proper tail bandages. I might take these out and use them for the competition horses, but again, handy to have in here if we ever need them. What are these? Cast padding. I think just some sort of bandage. Probably more for a first aid kit, but again, no harm in having them. And then before we got the proper baby shampoo, we ordered these thinking it was proper shampoo. They're actually soap bars. So they're just spare really. We did have to use them the other day because we didn't have anything else, but it's okay. And then antiseptic mouthwash. I've not got a clue why that's in here. I don't think we'll be needing that. But and then we have got a set of scissors and tweezers and stuff like that, because as I said, you can never have enough because they seem to go missing into thin air. That is a wrapper that needs to go in the bin. This is the spare cord for what we use to tie the tails up when they're being inseminated and stuff like that. And then there is some more spare lube in here. That's actually a bit dirty. I had to get my hand in a cow last year. Basically have some farmers that keep their cows on the drive, and there was a half dead calf hanging out of the cow, and they live not too far away but a little bit further, so I tried to help manipulate it a bit, but it was way too big for the cow. Anyway, a bit irrelevant, but that is why the lube is dirty. And then electrolytes. These are handy to have for all the horses, to be fair, after foaling, after big competitions, but these ones kept in here. And then there is also some anti-bacterial hand stuff there. And then this is for the foals with milk and stuff. If the mares aren't producing enough milk or the foals are being a bit stupid, basically you can use this massive teat thing that looks quite funny to give them some milk. So yeah, all sorts in here. There is still some more stuff on the way, I think. We've got all sorts. My mum has been and ordered everything possible, which is good. It's a good thing. So yeah, all handy stuff to have. I'm sure it will all get used at some point. But yeah, that is pretty much, I think, everything I've got here. I'm dropping things everywhere. Yeah, like I said, there are a few little things, and then obviously the essentials like the mares, the stables that the mares are kept in. Sorry, I'll put this back. The stables that the mares are kept in have got a camera in, which I'll quickly show you because there's no mares in there at the moment. They're currently going on the garden for grazing in the day. Sorry, this has been a very chatty vlog. I appreciate that, and I'm sorry for that, but it was just kind of throwing information at you guys, which you might not be interested in, but I thought for some people maybe thinking about getting into breeding, or you're having your first foal or something. Not that we know everything, I'm not saying that we do, but it might just help someone out, or maybe you're just interested, I don't know. But anyway, we've got it's not going to quite focus on that, is it? Let me go in here and I can show you properly if I can get in here. So this is Kira's stable. It's not actually been mucked out yet, but obviously the whole stable is straw. We'd usually take this middle partition out and give them the whole stretch, but Kira is really funny about stabling. So she actually has the gate open out and tied back, and has this front bit in front of the stable as well, hence the weird fence line in the middle. Paprika, are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright, guys. I'm alright. Are you cute? Your wiggly lip. Yeah, camera is up here. You see it? There we go. And that has a wire that goes across the garden and connects into the house. We need to come up with a better way of a camera solution, but for the minute we're going with what we have. It works well. We don't really have time to change it at the moment. But yeah, are you cute? Are you cute? Your summer coat's finally starting to come through, and your face doesn't look anywhere near as ugly. You're a very ugly winter horse, aren't you? But you look cute now. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling at you because this clip alone is 12 minutes long and I have not shut up. But I hope that has kind of helped. A little bit informative. I don't know. So yeah, let me know how much of the breeding side of things you guys want to see. Obviously I'm going to film the foaling and stuff, and when they have the babies. I'm debating filming Woo's like live birth. Obviously I can always film it and not upload it, but I'm kind of tempted to do that, so let me know, do you guys want to see that or not? I think it's quite interesting. I'm not going to film Kira's live birth, I don't think, unless I just take some clips when it's happening. I don't know, just because she's maiden and everything seems to be a drama with Kira. But yeah, so let me know guys what you think. And yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I will see you soon for hopefully some foals on the ground, because we've got 2 mares very close to foaling, which is very exciting. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.